AITA for asking a student to not use anime voice in my classroom. I'm 28 NB and a new professor at an art college. I teach core classes about politics, sociology, and anthropology. Most teaching evals, feedback from my dean and chair, and students' feedback give me high ratings in creating a safe environment for discussion. Students say I do a good job relating to students from different views, backgrounds, and expressions. This is something I take seriously, especially as one of the only that I know about non-binary professors at the college. I also take it seriously as someone who firmly believes in the integrity of the classroom and empowering students to have hard discussions. I make it a point to never complain about students. Even when they say something transphobic, I politely encourage them to learn, and I'm rated as pretty gentle about getting them to think another way. I had a student who is not from Japan, never spent time in Japan, but loves anime and used a hyper-zool, over-exaggerated, baby-like voice known as anime voice. She took on what she perceives as a Japanese name, and I just really acted overexcited, over the top constantly. As someone who has had women students from Japan, I felt like it was at least mildly racist and just cringe for everyone to listen. I pulled her into a convo and tried to let her see how I at least saw it, and she has since retaliated, saying I don't respect the accents or names of students. This hurts. Admittedly, I'm a white professor, but this student is not Asian. I suspected she might be on the spectrum, so I tried to be gentle but firm. But as an autistic person, autism is not an excuse for inappropriate behavior. She reported me as an unsafe professor, which I feel like ruins it for the international students I teach, whose names I pronounce correctly, whose accents I support, and the LGBT+ students who get to have an out non-binary professor for the first time. The admin is mostly white, and they kept asking, "Are you sure she isn't from Japan?" And I'm like, yes. 1. This is not how people from Japan talk. 2. She did a project about where she is from, and she admitted to never spending time in Japan. As an anthropologist, I feel it's deeply irresponsible for her to use this voice. And since it is perceived as hyper-zool, it made me super uncomfortable. I'm not sure how other students felt because I didn't want to give her any attention over it. People have suggested I was too harsh, that people can take on the names and accents they want to. Am I the a-hole here?